the thing that I have noticed is the person that's willing to go out and serve families for their needs, not the person individual needs, but for the family that they're serving for their needs, they're the ones that end up earning more money. What they do with the money. So money doesn't change people. Whenever you hear this concept of money changes people, paper can't change. The paper has no value, right? It can't change a person. Make sense? And if you would understand this one simple concept about money and the origins of money and how money works, I'm telling you, man, that life is going to be much, much easier for you. You'll be ahead of 90% of the population if you just understand this one simple concept. In exchange, and when I say exchange, I mean trade. You can trade your money by trading your time. Yes or yes? You can trade money. So you can trade your time, and in exchange, someone gives you money, right? You can trade your skills. You can trade your ideas. You can even trade money for money. So I'm talking about money now. What can you trade for money? Okay? What can you trade for money? Write this down. This is very, very important. The money you make is a symbol of the value that you create. I'm going to leave it there for a second so you can jot this down. This is very, very important. The money that you make is a symbol of the value that you create. All right? Now, what do you trade for money? You personally. What do you trade so that you can have money coming to you? Okay? You can trade a 9-to-5 job. In essence, you're trading your time. Okay? You go 9 o'clock in the morning, punch in. You put that time there. And by the way, you're not getting paid for the time. Okay? A couple weeks ago, we did a training on the Ontario's minimum wage, right? $15.85. You do not get paid $15 for the hour that you put. That's the mistake a lot of people make. They get paid for the value that they bring in that 1 hour. All right? So you can exchange the 9-to-5 job in order to get money, right? In order to get paid, in order to have money to take care of your responsibilities, your leisure, your taxes, your bills, all of those things that you want to take care of. So this is one method of generating income. Another method is to be self-employed. The example you see there is a taxi driver. So they can use their skills or their passion, if you will. They like to drive. They're able to drive well. You know, they use their skills, if you will, to earn money. Or a small business. Someone likes baking, for example. They open up a little bakery and they start baking and they start earning money that way. All right? What's another way? They can do it using big businesses or true businesses. And just so you're aware, when people often ask me, what's the difference between a big business and a small business or self-employed? What's a true business? A true business is a business that 6 months can go by, the owner doesn't need to be there. It can run with the owner absent. You see, a self-employed or a small business always requires the owner to be there. Okay, very important. So many people, they exchange, their exchange is business. They have an idea, all right? They turn it into a business and they exchange that idea for money, right? It's an exchange. They can exchange money for money. Money for money means investing. So they already amassed some money. It could be from any one of the previous three, whether employment or self-employment or business, and they amassed some money, and they can take that money and now exchange it for more money. You can invest, you can loan your money, right? And earn interest on the money or earn dividends on the money. So this is another way of earning the money. So these 4 ways, I put them here on the cash flow quadrant. If you've been around me for any period of time, you know about the cash flow quadrant. You're no stranger to this. But I just want to point something out that you may not have looked at in this way. You see, you have the employees and the self-employees, which are on the left. They are primarily motivated by security. By security, all right? And then you look on the right side with the business owners and the investors, they are primarily motivated by freedom. Who starts businesses and who starts with investing? People that want to be financially independent, people that want to be free, right? Who works in jobs and self-employed positions? People that are looking for security. You see, the primary reason that many people, they seek job security is because that's what they were taught to seek. Someone put it in the chat earlier, I believe it was Paul, go to school, get a good education, you'll make good money. That's a form of security, right? It's taught at home, it's taught at school, because most of us learn little or nothing about money at home or school. So it's only natural that we cling to that idea of job security rather than freedom, because we weren't taught about it, right? We weren't taught about how money works and what money actually is. You see, people have this mindset that money is this magical thing, and they place the value in the paper of the money or the coin of the money. Let me tell you something. Let's look at some things that were said about money. Money isn't the most important thing in life, but it's reasonably close to oxygen on the gotta have it scale, right? So money is not the most important thing in the world, but it's right up there with oxygen, because you have to have it. You can't live without money. You can't, it's like saying living without the bartering. Back in the day when there was no money, could you live without bartering? That would mean you would need to, just to have orange juice, you would have to plant your own orange tree. And every morning you would have to go and squeeze oranges, right? Every single morning. If there was a world where everyone was their own little island and there was no bartering, it wouldn't work, right? It wouldn't work, because you have strengths that I don't have. You have skills that I don't have. You have ideas that I don't have. You know how to do things I don't know how to do. So we trade. I know how to do things you don't know how to do. So we exchange that. Money is the exchange. Money is the exchange, but it's right up there with oxygen. You understand? Because the exchange is right up there with oxygen. We got to eat. We need health care. We need to get educated. All of those things require money. They require an exchange. Robert Kiyosaki says, change your focus from making money to serving more people makes the money come in. I could end it right here. Change your focus from making money to serving more people makes the money come in. In our financial firm, the thing that I have noticed is the person that's willing to go out and serve families for their needs, not the person individual needs, but for the family that they're serving for their needs, they're the ones that end up earning more money. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's impossible for someone to come into our industry, in our firm, I should say, and earn money without helping someone. It just doesn't happen, right? So the focus has got to be from making money, right? Change that focus from making money to being of value, right? Because the money is just a representation of the exchange. Without that money, you would have to bring something to the table too, right? And vice versa. Here's another one from Robert Kiyosaki. Money is not the goal. Money has no value. The value comes from the dreams money helps achieve. That's what it is, right? Money in itself doesn't have any value. It's what the money can do. Again, going back to the exchange. Is this making sense to you? If it's making sense to you, just give me a thumbs up or something in the chat box so I know it's making sense to you. All right. And if you have any questions on anything that I'm saying, you can easily just type your questions in and we're definitely going to answer it today. Let's have a little bit of communication back and forth. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Blaise. I see it. Thank you, Paul. Awesome. Awesome. Here's another one. For the love of money is the root of all evil. You know, I think it was Zachary posted in the group earlier, and he said it's very misunderstood, this statement. People misquote the Bible all the time, and they say the root of the money is the root of all evil, right? That's not what the Bible said. The Bible said the love of money is the root of all evil, not money in itself, right? Not money in itself. One reason so many people profess not to care about money is because of this one Bible verse here, right? That the love of money is described as the root of all evil. And it's true. Materialistic people can let obsession with money drive them to do bad things, greed, right? Do things that are for their own financial gain. But in reality, money is nothing more than a medium of exchange. There's that word again. Okay? Money makes it easier for you to trade your labor. Imagine trading your labor and you work for you work for a liver plant, right? Then all they did was they made beef liver. I tried to pick the most delicious dish I could. So imagine you work for a meat plant that's what they did is they produced liver. And that's what you brought home to your spouse in terms of payment because you bartered, right? That's how you trade your labor. Honey, I got paid today. Here is a bag of beef liver, right? You would have to find different jobs. Right? You're going to want other things in life too, not just beef liver. I'm having too much fun with that. So money is going to make it easier for you to trade your labor. So you can then do other things with that money. Okay? Now, without money, if you wanted food, you'd need to find someone who had food, who's willing to trade it for you in exchange for a service that you could have, you could provide, or a product that you could produce. And the problem is they would need to want it, going back to that double coincidence. But thanks to money, you don't have to hope that someone wants to give you something that you need, right? And for that exchange. Make sense? So I want you to understand, money itself is not evil. The paper is not evil. It's like saying the bartering back in the day is evil. There's nothing evil if I'm trading Paul, my cow for his 50 bushels of wheat. There's nothing evil about that. There's nothing evil about the exchange that's now being used called money. Make sense? So I want you to understand this because many of us grew up with the wrong thinking about money because we didn't understand it. So it's very important. All right. Money does not change people. It unmasks them. This is from Henry Ford. Money doesn't change you. Money unmasks you. We were in Las Vegas a couple years ago and it was said in a convention that money is a magnifier. So money is going to make a good person extra good, right? You give somebody like Mother Teresa money, she will find something good to do with it, right? Money, on the other hand, makes a bad person even more bad. It magnifies what they already were. You give somebody like Hitler more money, he's going to do more evil, right? So money itself is not the evil. The evil is what the person has inside their heart and what they do with the money. So money doesn't change people. Whenever you hear this concept of money changes people. Paper can't change. The paper has no value, right? It can't change a person. Make sense? Now, everyone recognizes that money, itself doesn't have value, but it brings value to the table so that you can trade it with the goods and the services that you want. Now, this only works in a situation where the money has actual stable value. And what I mean by that is it has to be scarce, because if everyone could go and get as much money as they want, let's say, Zachary had a printing press in his house and he could just print as much money as he wanted. And, Sorel had a printing press in her house and she could print as much as she wanted, then the money wouldn't have any value. The money itself would not have any value. So you got to understand, money in itself does not have value. You earn money from the value that you bring to the marketplace. Okay? That's how you earn money. The person thinks, I got to make money. I got to make money. You don't make money. You earn money based on the value that you bring to the marketplace. And if you would understand this one simple concept about money and the origins of money and how money works, I'm telling you, man, life is going to be much, much easier for you. You'll be ahead of 90% of the population if you just understand this one simple concept. And I got to tell you this, the sooner that you start saving your money, like it says on the screen there, the more likely that you'll never have to face lack of money or financial stress. And if you do it right, you'll become financially independent. Then you're not worrying about money. My objective tonight is to remove your worry. There's some people on this call right now, or that's going to hear this recording at a later date, that they're worried about money. Money is not what you should be worried about, right? Money is just the medium of exchange. What you should be thinking is, what can I exchange? What can I exchange? Always thinking that concept. Hey, you have ideas, don't you? You have ideas. Steve Jobs, he said this very profound statement. If you look around, this world was created. When he says this world, he's talking about the technology and the things that we use, the roads and the cars and everything that we use was created by people that are no smarter than you. It's just an idea, right? It's just an idea.